I had some leftover takeout steak, so I'm actually gonna make it into surf and turf by just adding some grilled onion. I'm sorry. Grilled shrimp. And fortunately, I've been blessed that I have an indoor grill. So I'm just going to get that heated up now. And then I'm just going to put a couple shrimp on. You can add cilantro. I like to add red pepper and just some olive oil. And just let it grill. But you can add whatever you think whatever you think works for you. So for our burgers, I'm thinking we will do green bean fries. So, gotta turn the air fryer on in a second. But this may need to cross. Meanwhile, this is ground turkey for the enchiladas. You can use ground beef. You can use ground chicken. You can use shrimp. You can use chicken. I like the ground meat because I find it kind of easy to mix with all the other flavors that go into enchiladas. So I like to do that this way, but you don't have to. And I'm putting it in my cast iron skillet because my cauliflower burgers are pretty much done. You can use another skillet. I always say, if you can avoid having to wash another dish, that's ideal for me. I don't necessarily like to have to clean a lot of dishes. So it does tend to work out nicely, but you can do what's best for you. Okay, and let that ground meat cook. Also gonna get my containers ready for the burgers, quote unquote, ready. So get that started. So enchiladas growing up were kind of my favorite thing to do, to have for my birthday. I feel like the macaroni was one, and we're not doing the macaroni today, just because we've already kind of done a version of the cauliflower mac that I tend to enjoy, but that was kind of my staple. And then the other pieces tended to include like enchiladas, and hot dogs. So it ended up being like actually quite a mix of foods. And we always had like nachos and all the kids stuff. So I think cooking like that just reminds me not to take myself too seriously, right? Like I can work hard. I can work hard at my job. I can work hard at my relationships. But it kind of reminds me that it's okay, right? To not always feel like you have to be on or that you have to prove something. To me, that's really important. So, okay, while we're getting that ready, I'm going to go ahead and make the guac for the burger. So, I always like to put the seed in. It helps keep the flavor of the avocado, especially if you're going to be having it for an extended period of time in a certain area. That helps. So, and because I buy avocados in bulk, I will refrigerate them as soon as I get them. But if I know that I'm going to use them within a day or so, I will take them out and let them ripen. These I did not let ripen, and as you can see, they're a little harder to cut through. So just something you'll want to keep in mind. If you don't buy them in bulk, you usually don't have this issue, but I like to make sure that they're, if I am going to use them, that they're darker. You know, this one's still pretty ripe, and they're softer. And if you don't like avocado, then you can really skip this section. It really only takes a minute, but I recognize that some people, avocado is not your jam, so it's okay. You're still welcome here. And that being said, these are not done, are soft enough for me to go ahead and actually make them the way I want to. So I'm actually going to let it sit out. But you'll add green onion, cilantro, red onion, and I will go ahead and do that and put the rest of these away. So I'm going to chop up the red onion because I have to do that anyway for the enchiladas. So there we go. You can use green onion. I actually prefer green onion and red onion for guacamole. But if you're not as hyped about onion as I am, you can choose one. The green onion is nice just because it's smaller. If you like chunky guacamole, then I like to say then it's better to use like the red onion. But if you're like, I really don't like chunky guacamole, I prefer it to kind of be a smoother mix, then green onion is probably better for you. And I'll dip this sometimes with celery, cucumber. I'll put it with my egg sandwiches. For this one, I'm going to use it for burgers. So there are many ways to go about this. And I believe we're also doing a cauliflower couscous. So if you have some left over, you can also use it for that. So just keep that in mind. But the rest of this is actually going to go into our, whatchamacallit? I don't even know what I'm saying right now. It's going to go into our enchilada mix. Starting to smell my shrimp. I'm going to flip those over. Really important to defrost your meat, otherwise you'll be over here like me trying to break it down in the pan, which really isn't that great. So So let's keep that in mind. Let's see. Gonna dice the onion for the enchiladas. You'll also need sour cream for this. If you have leftover tomato sauce, I'm going to add salsa to my leftover tomato sauce as well. And you'll need several different cheeses. So I like to say the white goes in the pot, and then the orange or the Kobe Jack is a great topper. So you'll also need tortillas. I'm using egg white tortillas because I am low carb, but they have low carb tortillas now, or you can just use regular tortillas. There's just so many options nowadays because there's so many different dietary preferences. So, and I got all of this stuff at Aldi's, so you don't have to spend a lot of money for it. You don't have to like go to a specialty store to try to find these items at this point. Like, they are widely available. I usually only go to specialty stores for particular cuts of meat or certain like nuts or herbs. But I have found really Aldi's for my produce really is fine. And just because they have a lot of options now. And they're really affordable. So, shout out to all these out there. And also, I'm trying to think if I ever go to like a big supermarket. I don't really do that. I buy a couple of items in bulk at like Costco or Sam's Club. But aside from that, I don't really do like other places, other grocery stores. Just because I find, especially with supermarkets, they tend to be quite large. And to me, that tempts me to buy stuff that I actually did not come in there for. So for me, it's more of a disciplined practice in that I know when I go to Aldi's, they'll have what I need, and I won't be overwhelmed by the amount of options. So, for those of you who want the vegetarian option, you can use spinach as well. I have made spinach enchiladas before. I've made butternut squash enchiladas before. This one I really just wanted to do the way I remember for my birthday. My birthday's in my childhood, so that's why I chose this one. But as always, you can make variations to it as you see fit. So your meat should be browning. I'm also going to add a jalapeno and a red pepper. And also, like I said, you'll need sour cream for this. You'll need whatever white cheeses you want to include. I'm adding pepper jack. And yeah, mostly pepper jack. Okay. And with the pepper jack and all of that, you can... Where is... Sorry, I'm looking for my grater. I can't find it right now, but if you have a grater, you can do that. Or you could just chop it into little chunks. It's going to melt anyway. But I feel like the grater will give it more of an even coating. Okay, jalapeno. cilantro. Don't forget, y'all, the jalapenos and the cilantro. Super important. Where are my jalapenos? I think I'm missing jalapenos, y'all. Feel like I lost my jalapenos. That's no bueno. Cilantro. Okay, well, I'll find my jalapenos, but meanwhile, we're gonna keep going. There we go. Red pepper. Actually, I'm going to do something a little different. And I'm going to use both of my red peppers for something else. So I'm going to take them out now and just use the tops for the enchiladas. And then we'll use this for our couscous. So just because I realize these are really ripe at this point, and it's probably best to use them sooner than later. So they will help bake our couscous, which we can get started on. So this needs to defrost a little bit more. I'm going to get the Instant Pot started. Your shrimp is probably done. You can probably turn that on. Okay. For the couscous, you're going to want vegetable broth. So I'm going to go ahead and get that started and put that in the Instant Pot. Maybe about a cup. You're also going to want cilantro, green onion, or onions, peppers, all of that stuff. So I'll probably put the rest of the scallions in there if you have some left over. I don't even see mine anymore. So I'll probably have to open up a new onion. Now, couscous, I didn't really get into until I was older, thanks to my bestie's family, and they're Middle Eastern, so they really know how to make it, and hopefully next time, or at some point, I can have them on the show to show us how to do it. But it is now one of my most favorite things to eat, especially with lamb. But since I've been low carb, I haven't had the opportunity to really eat it the way I really like to. So the version we're going to make today will keep some of the seasoning. So I like to think of the seasoning as the integrity of the dish, but also limit some of the carbs because it'll be cauliflower. So even today, it's still one of my favorite birthday dishes. So it's gone down, and often I have it for Christmas when I go to see them during the holiday season. My other mother will usually make it for me, so is this open? I can't even find where it's open, y'all. Maybe neither one of these is open. Okay. So we're going to definitely add the cilantro. So cilantro and garlic are going to be important for the couscous. Cilantro is also important for the enchiladas, which are browning beautifully. I don't know where my spatula went, so I'm going to do this. So now that your meat is probably done, you can go ahead and add the sour cream to your enchiladas. I just added the cilantro and the peppers. I'm going to add more cheese. I'm going to add it with the sour cream though. And that's basically going to be our filling. Then we'll just need to make the, what am I doing, sour cream? The tomato sauce, and then we're done. So, let's do this. So you'll need almost 2 cups of sour cream. Now, if you say, look, that's a lot of fat, use Greek yogurt. Once again, there are always options. You can use Greek yogurt. You can use some almond milk if you'd like. I'm just doing the full fat because I can do full fat on kind of my dietary preferences right now, but this is always about you respecting and honoring your body and understanding, hey, if I know I'm lactose intolerant, maybe sour cream is not going to work well for me. So, or maybe you have someone else in your life that you're cooking for that you know would really enjoy a dish like this, but traditionally maybe can't eat it because it's so heavy on certain items. So you find ways to make it differently. And that's okay. I mean, honestly, I think that's beautiful in that you can honor someone's preferences. Really shows that you're really thinking about them. So I'm just going to keep chopping up some cilantro here because we'll need it for every dish. So for meat, I had leftover rotisserie chicken because I buy the big bulk chicken, but you can use something else as well if you'd like. I'm going to go ahead and chop up more of the pepper jack. So while that's baking a little bit more, I'm going to take out my second pan, put it in olive oil to start to heat up so that we can do our next big thing, which will be the putting together the dough. So for that, you'll need olive oil, like I said, egg white wraps. For me, you don't have to use it. I'm going to put my leftover tomato sauce in there. Also going to start putting some items away that help me stay organized. I'm also going to use some pizza sauce. I'm sorry. salsa. I'm going to add some more cilantro, wherever that is. Okay. Okay. So, filling's done. Gonna turn that off. Totally forgot to add salt and black pepper. I'm gonna add some of that now. Himalayan salt. Like I said, with the peppers and all of that, you're already getting the seasoning, so in the cilantro, so you don't really need a lot of extra. But some people like it, so add your seasoning to your own tasting. Okay. Okay. All right. So literally, we're gonna dunk our shells into the tomato sauce that we have in the skillet, and then we're gonna fill it and put it in a pan. Put it in the oven. So I'm gonna get this another pan out so I can quickly dip and put in the oven. So I have 6 servings. I am going to do 4 of these. Okay. Okay, so there we go. So you're gonna dunk it. And I always say be careful that it's not too hot, because if it's super hot, it's going to be hard for it to stay together. It'll break down the tortilla, so keep that in mind. So you'll want to put maybe a forkful or less in there. Literally all you're going to do is dunk it and put your filling in. And for me, I don't know if it's really just the flavor or what it is about this dish, but okay, and some of these are a lot smaller, let's see. Okay, so yeah, I mean, I could have made 6, but I'm actually just gonna make 4 of these. Actually, I might do more, because I do have leftover meat, so I might do a couple more actually. Actually, no. I'm not. So now what we're gonna do is literally switch, right? Like, we're gonna take the pizza out. We're gonna let these eggshells cook. So, I'm gonna take the pizzas out. Enchiladas. Okay. So, last but not least is this couscous. If you have pine nuts, that'd be great. If you don't, it's fine too. I'm sorry, I almost forgot. We got green bean fries to do. So, air fryer, preheat, 350. Okay. The couscous. So, for the couscous, important thing here is making sure that this cauliflower gets finely grounded. So, I'm going to go ahead and see if I can use this or not. I think I need a new processor for this because I think I broke this one. But let's see. Let's see if I can figure out how this goes. Maybe not. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure how this goes. So, alright, we're going to use the mini one, which is fine. Okay, so take this. You'll need a whole head for this. So, there we go.